County, and welcome to the Michael Zehr Show. Today's date is August 19th, and I'm coming to you, yes, at 2:20 p.m. Usually I come on at 9 o'clock, but I was down helping out at the veteran stand down. Pretty good turnout down there today. So I said I would come in and do my interview this afternoon. So I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for coming in and sitting down and telling us a little bit about you. So from American Legion Riders, Post 52, we have Mata and Horse. And then off camera back here, if you hear any kind of joking or snickering or anything, that would be Scout. Maybe he'll come on camera a little bit later or something. Yeah. So, gentlemen, first off, we'll start off with Mata, if you wouldn't mind telling us what branch were you in?
Well, I was in the United States Army from 1972 to 1992, retired sergeant first class.
Okay.
Yeah.
From 72 to 92?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
20 years, yeah. So I'm a Vietnam era veteran, a Cold War veteran, and also a Gulf veteran.
And did you, well, first off, where did you have basic training at?
I had basic training down at Fort Polk, Louisiana. Okay.
Oh, wow. Another one from Louisiana.
Then I went to AIT. I went down to Fort Bello, Virginia for being taught power generation. Power generators and stuff like that, classes and stuff like that. So
that's what your MOS was.
That's right. Yeah, 52 Charlie. Yeah.
And what was your first duty station after that?
My first duty station after that was going to Germany, Nuremberg, Germany, back in 19. I guess that was back in 73 to 75. I was in Nuremberg, Merle Barracks, working on generator equipment, supporting all the Vietnam veterans that had their equipment coming in, and we ship them out and stuff like that, and trying to get them out as fast as we can and stuff like that for the Vietnam veterans and stuff like that. So, but yeah, loved it. Nuremberg. Then after that, I went to. From there, I went to back to Fort Huachuca down here.
Fort we got you and you ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, from 11th Sentinel Brigade back in 75 to 78, 77. Okay, and power generation too as well. Worked there as well. And then from there, went back to Germany again. I went to Kitzingen, Germany, outside Würzburg from 77 79, and worked out as a power generation also there as well. I was at that time I was a staff sergeant, and then from there that's where I got into motorcycling with the Ghost Riders MC back in the days. And stuff like that. It got me into the motorcycle field, even though I was involved in the past anyway, but that got me mostly my first club that I joined. And then from there, I left there and then went back to Fort Belvoir, Virginia, where I was an instructor, for the power packs, supported the Persian missile systems and also the also the MUST hospital units, okay. Back in the day, we used to call them MASH units. Now they're MUST units, medical units, self-transportable.
Okay.
Big balloons, hospitals, they blow them up and stuff like that, Provide, AC power, high compressed air, whatever they needed and stuff like that. That's what we taught and stuff.
And it was a very valuable thing that they needed that because
exactly.
They couldn't operate their equipment and stuff without all that.
Yeah, once I left there at Fort Belvoir, then went back to Germany again and went to Aschaffenburg. Okay, Aschaffenburg there. I was the I got thrown to be a first sergeant, okay, even though I was an E7 because we didn't have an E8 in there to.
Oh, the Army's done that quite a few times.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had a 260-man company, and I did that for almost 10 months till finally E8 first sergeant finally showed up, and then of course I had to teach him how to do a job.
And then they gave you all the rank and the responsibility without the pay.
Went to all the gunneries, for about 30 of them. Hohensfeld, Grafenwehr,
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then also I was an interpreter. I spoke German and stuff like that. So they utilized me as a S5, which you call it linguist, I guess.
Can you say something for us in German real quick?
Was willst du? Ich mache ein Bier bitte.
What's that mean?
I want a beer.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah. But anyway, when I learned the language and stuff like that, like I said, the brigade used me as to go out and set up major field problems for the brigade and stuff like that. So I had to talk to mayors and all that for motor pools, for places for them, gymnasiums, for stuff like that. And it was pretty interesting stuff like that. And of course, I got to do it on my motorcycle too. So And at that time, I was with a Run Loose Motorcycle Club, MC. That's right there in Schaffenburg at that time, stuff like that. Like I said, yeah, I spent a total about 10 years total around Germany, stuff like that. Loved it. Loved it.
You love Germany, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I haven't talked to too many veterans yet who don't like it over there.
Yeah. And then after that, I left there. Then I went back to Fort Huachuca again. Back in '88 and ran the power generation section down here, the motor pool, whatever, 11 Cylinder Brigade. And that's when Desert Storm came around, stuff, and then I went to that. And then I was in Daharan, down there in that area. And then I came back and yeah, it was great for Huachuca. I loved it. Retired here in '92 and stuff like that. The most thing that I'm proud is one of the things I'm proud is that I hold the record for the physical fitness test. There, push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run, which was 3 events. Prior to that, it used to be 5 events. Remember the monkey bars? Remember, used to get 500 points. Now it's 300 points. But some of us that did more than usual,
right,
maxed it out. We got extra points and stuff like that. Mine came out to 429. Okay, because they had a big competition on Fort Huachuca. To who could get the highest point, and so I came in first at 429. So yeah, my push-ups were 113, sit-ups 113. My 2-mile run was at 1050. So yeah, I was pretty. I was a jock.
Pretty
jock.
Pretty boss.
I was a big jock and stuff like that. But as far as my military career is concerned.
And before my next question, Lou Nonya says, "What's up, brothers?" And then Tawny Syme says, "Hey, Mata." So just wanted to get them.
Everybody knows Mata.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows Mata.
Yeah, I'm also a DJ. I started DJing back in Germany back in 1977.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably why a lot of people know me because I do a lot of these functions like, the weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, reunions. And tomorrow, matter of fact, I'm doing a redneck party tomorrow. Yeah, up there in Whetstone. But also, I also did a lot of the corporate companies on Fort Huachuca and the corporations, Army balls, Air Force balls, Marine Corps balls. I did the corporations, all that were working there, I guess. And
I was a DJ here on Fort Huachuca from the 80s through the early 2000s.
Wow.
And it would be really interesting to sit down and talk with you at another time, just to find out like how the music has changed and how they're, now you're not carrying the big records or the CDs. And I mean,
I still carry my CDs. I still carry my CDs.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna change. Let me tell you, I'm 70 years old. I don't know how much longer I can do this, but hey,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Mata.
Yeah, exactly. It's working. They still keep hiring me. So, DJ Mata's in the house. What's up?
What was your favorite out of all the duty stations that you served in? Which one was your favorite? Would you say?
Which was my favorite duty station?
Yeah.
Gee, everything has a significant value of it. Memories. I mean, DC. Never been in the big city, Smithsonian's and all that. So I got to see the world a little bit.
Oh, you got to see the Smithsonian, huh?
Yeah. Well, Fort Belvoir. You're right there, 15 miles from Washington D.C.
Okay.
And you got to see a lot of the history going on, where the Indians took over the Indian Affairs building and stuff like that. When all these things out there, and when they put up the Vietnam Wall, I was there in the 1980s when they were building that too as well. Got to see that being put up and stuff like that.
I have never been back there.
Is that right?
I've always been. That's kind of one of the things on my bucket list. Is I'd love to see the Smithsonian, and I'd love to.
There's so much. You spend a whole 2 weeks just trying to get each one of them. There's so much there.
I tell you though, between the Vietnam Wall and the 9/11 memorial that they have there, I don't think I could come back home. I think I would probably die there because of a broken heart. It would just seem so heavy and so tragic. We lost so many good people.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I retired here in '92, stuff like that. Been living here since then, since '92, since '88 actually. So I've done a lot here in the community and stuff like that. I don't know. You want to talk more about the military career now, or you want to do something different? Or?
Well, I was going to go over to Horst real quick and ask him about his, and then we'll go back into the community affairs and stuff like that. So, Horst, where were you at, and where did you enlist when? That was the first question I forgot to ask Mata too. What inspired both of you to join the Army? Let me have Mata answer that first, and then I'll.
Well, see, I was a poor little guy living in Springerville, Arizona. That was my hometown. I'm a native Arizona anyway.
Okay.
Springerville, and when I graduated from school, from high school and stuff like that, I had to look and find out what my future was. I knew my family was poor, couldn't afford to go to college. But when I saw that big sign, the brown boots, join, and it's fun, travel, and adventure, and that's what got me excited. I said, well, I could go and join the military just like my father. My father was a World War II veteran and did serve my country. I said, well, I always wanted to serve my country, and I think I'd be good at the military because I'm probably. I was, like I said, I was jock sports and everything else, and it was just like, I love that, stuff like that. And so I joined and got picked up and sent me to
Very cool. And Horace, what about you? What inspired you to join, and where were you at the time?
I'm a native Arizonan too. I was born and raised in Marana, Tucson, and grew up there. My father's a Second World War Marine grandfather. My mother's brother was one of the 8 pilots shot down during Pearl Harbor. And getting ready to graduate from high school, I knew I probably couldn't handle college and my parents couldn't pay for it. So I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to get into law enforcement. And I went in and talked to pretty much every one of the recruiters across the board, trying to be an MP. Didn't score high enough to be an MP. And so I joined out of Tucson. My home of records was Tucson.
Okay.
And that's that's the reason I went in the service, is I was trying to get into law enforcement.
And where did you go for basic training?
I went to No Drop, Fort Knox. When I was there, I was in from 78. I was regular Army from 78 to 82, and I was in the National Guard from 82 to 90.
Okay.
And I went to basic training at Fort Knox, and when I was at Fort Knox, they couldn't drop you for push-ups. And boy, what a tough row to hoe when they sent me to AIT in Fort Benning, and the drill sergeant knew that everybody getting off the bus had just come from Fort Knox, and he dropped us for a good 50 push-ups, just because we couldn't do push-ups.
Yeah.
So I went to AIT at Fort Benning.
And your MOS was what?
11 Bravo, infantry soldier.
Infantry, okay.
Yes. And I basically graduated from AIT, and 24 hours later was at jump school.
And after that, you entered what? You became Delta, or
no?
Was that later on?
My contract when I joined the service was to go to Ranger Battalion. The recruiter showed me a 8mm film and was all about it.
Okay.
Went straight from jump school over to the 1st Ranger Bat at Hunter Army Airfields in Savannah, Georgia, and graduated from Ranger School in December of 79. About 2 weeks before I graduate, my father lets me know that his half-brother was one of Colonel Darby's original Rangers from the Second World War. So that was one of the things that was kind of cool for me. There's a Ranger Hall of Fame and the Ring of Fame, and my uncle's name's up there in the Ring of Fame. So I was with the Ranger Battalion for 1st Ranger Bat for almost 3 years. I had a bad parachute jump, tore up my left knee, got sent down, and got in a little bit of trouble because I had a lieutenant walk in and tell me, not another reject Ranger, and I had a little attitude with him and wound up in the Division Sergeant Major's office. I had when I was at Ranger Bat, I had requested to go up to the old guard. I had gone up and seen, we were in Washington doing some debriefings, and I saw the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and I was all about drill and ceremony back then.
Okay.
JC.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I went to my CO at Ranger Bat and said, I want to volunteer to go up to be part of the whole, Presidential Guard situation up there, whether it was the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier or the Minutemen or whatever it was. And they kind of put the squash to that, going, no, we put a little bit of money into you to be a Ranger. You're going to stay down here at Ranger Battalion. So when I was sent back down to the 24th Infantry Division, I talked to the Division Sergeant Major and wound up being Sergeant of the Colors for the 24th Infantry Division for the last 5.5, 6 months I was in the military. So I was responsible for raising and lowering the flag every morning and every evening. It's kind of
so when you got out, where did you ETS from?
I ETS from Savannah, Georgia.
From Savannah, Georgia.
I was stationed in Savannah, Georgia. I got to go I got to go a lot of places. A lot of them I can't talk about. Still not
Right.
hasn't been declassified, but Korea, Germany, South America. You asked Mott about his favorite duty station. Well, I went to Fort Polk. I went to Leonard Wood. I was in Fort Greely, Alaska. It was Camp Drum back then. It's now Fort Drum.
Right.
Yeah, there's a infantry division up there now. I would have to say my favorite duty station was the USS Enterprise. They stationed us on the Enterprise in mid '82. We were off the coast of Libya. If those of us that are older remember, we shot down 2 Libyan aircraft in '82.
Yep.
I was on the Nimitz when that happened, and man, them sailors, they get good food. They get really good food, and they treated us just absolutely phenomenally. I mean, they treated us unbelievably. So
Yeah, I think President Reagan was in office at that time,
yes, sir.
and
Yeah.
gave us the go ahead to take them down. That was I don't know why, but I was just glad to see that we did that, because it's like we were tired of people bloodying our noses.
Yep.
We were like telling people, hey,
Yep.
we're going to start fighting back, so.
So I ETS'd in '82, summer of '82, joined the National Guard. Right after I got out of service, they changed my MOS from an 11 Bravo to a 13 Bravo, which is an artillery soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, there was the unit. It was the second of the 180th in Tucson. Was a self-propelled 109 howitzer unit. One of the things that I'm kind of proud of about that is the second drill I went to for the Guard. They were having their SQT tests, which were skills qualification
Mhm.
tests. And
I remember those.
I was on the E6 list. I went to my first drill, and the first sergeant for the battery I was with told me I was out of uniform, and I had gone from an E6 to an E7. And they made me take the SQT test as an E7, having never, other than a familiarization, I knew which end the round came out of, and I knew which end you put it in. I didn't know
Right.
anything about firing a howitzer. Took the SQT test. 3 months later, they had a battalion formation. First thing the battalion commander did was call me out in front of the formation. And I'm thinking, my goodness, what have I done wrong? I've only been here for 2 months. And I got the highest score in the battalion for an enlisted soldier of the SQT test.
Wow.
Having never seen, and his point was, he was like, guys, you
Right.
need to understand where he came from. He came from a special operations unit that are, strack people and pay attention to what they're doing and what they're told and stuff. So, left the National Guard and was in the inactive ready reserves for 2 years. Thought I was going to get to go to Desert Storm. Was called back over to Fort Bragg to help an artillery unit go from being a leg unit to being an airborne unit. Walked across the street to the 5th Special Forces Group and asked if they were going to go to Desert Storm. Could I go with them? Never left the country because they found out what I did for a living, and I spent all of Desert Storm teaching Special Forces groups how to run GPS units.
Wow.
Somebody had to.
Yeah.
And when you got out and you went into the Guard, is that where you were? I don't want to say stationed at, but it was Tucson, right?
Yeah. It was
Was it
our I can't remember what the heck they call it. Where the unit was right behind the old main post office in Tucson.
Okay.
Kind of at the corner of what they call Keno and 22nd Street now. We were right down in that neighborhood. We anybody that was here in the 80s, here at Fort Huachuca in the 80s, every summer, we actually got run off. We were 1988. We were told we couldn't come down to Fort Huachuca to fire the howitzers anymore because we were rattling windows too bad. We used to come to our 2-week drill was down here at Fort Huachuca.
Okay. They used to have a lot of different units that were coming down here and doing drills for quite a while, and then this endangered
Yeah.
frog or whatever.
Yeah.
Holy
Well, those 109s are pretty. When I first joined the National Guard, the state of Arizona, throughout the state, we on our drill months. There's a big range up north of Florence, Arizona. That I think it's 17, 18 mile long range that we fired on typically, but our 2-week drills are 1 year. Once a year, you go 2 weeks and you do your job for the military. When I first joined, we were not allowed to fire the howitzers before sunrise and after sunset. And then the military realized that about 70% of the United States military artillery was either guard or reserves. They went, no, you're going to start training like the regular military does. You're going to train like you're going to fight. So then we were authorized to run missions at night, and that's kind of when folks in Sierra Vista got a little disappointed with us, because those 109s you can probably hear them in Bisbee when they go off.
So your total time then from enlisting until reserve duty was done, or guard duty was?
I was in from 78, regular Army from 78 to 82.
Right.
I was in the Guard from 82 to 1991.
Okay. The reason I ask is I was trying to do the math in my head, because I know that you can get so much for like retirement points to where if you're in, and I didn't know if you had gotten to that stage or not.
No, I didn't get to that stage.
So, Mata, what was next for you after you're out of the Army now? I mean, here you are, you've been in the military for 20 some years, and now you're a civilian. You got no idea how to be a civilian, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of scary, I guess, doing the change and stuff like that. But what I decided to do is go back to college and get my get a degree or somehow. So I got into welding and stuff like that. So I did metal artwork for a while, and I got my degree in welding after that. So Uncle Sam was playing through like GI Bill and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was also on the side. I was doing insulation for Russet. They do insulating houses and stuff like that on the side, and of course DJing as well. I said, well, I think by going to school, I mean, that's going to pay me a good little chunk of change, plus my retirement would keep me going. And of course, my wife and stuff like that at that time, my ex, okay, she was also in the military and stuff like that, and she had a job on Fort Huachuca as well, okay, and that's how we met. Of course, basically, my first wife.
Okay.
But yeah, we're still the best of friends anyway. We had 3 children. Oh yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Want to give your kids a shout out real quick?
Yeah, Tiffany, Angie, and Desiree, love you. And man, I'm very blessed to have these 3 daughters. They're on their own. I don't have to worry about them. They, I guess they were. I had to brag about it. I guess they were raised well.
Yeah, brag about it.
Yeah,
definitely brag about it.
Anyway, got my degree and stuff like that. I went to Tombstone and started doing these metal artworks. I started doing metal artworks, doing 6-foot Kachina dolls, the big ranch signs, and I did a dinosaur 16 feet high, a T-Rex, I built it on a lowboy and stuff like that, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get it on there, so I built it on there, and we used it for shows and stuff like that, vendors when you got there here in Florence, downtown, whatever. So I did a lot of metal artwork, did that for a while, and then I got a job on Fort Huachuca and contracting and stuff like that to do mail handling and distribution. So I did mail handling distribution for ISAC, Information Systems Engineering Command, for about 20 years and stuff like that, under different contractors, of course, and stuff like that. And just recently, about, I guess 3 years ago, I decided to retire and stuff like that, and and just enjoy life and stuff like that. So it's been great and stuff like that. So hey, what the heck, Anyway, along the ways, also, like I said, in the military, I've been involved with the Southern Arizona Harley Riders. Okay, was an MC club as well. Prior to that, it was used to be the Harley Owners Group. Okay. And then the motor company decided that they're not going to be sponsoring any more
MCs.
Yeah, satellite Harley Owners Group. You had to be in a dealership. Well, we didn't have a dealership in Sierra Vista.
Nope. So
we satellite out of Tucson or Safford. And then they finally, like I said, motor company said, no more of that. Now you're going to have to join Tucson or join Safford. So we decided to start the Southern Arizona Harley Riders, and that's why we became. And I did that for 17 years with them, and they still exist, and they're a very great organization and stuff. I'm one of their life members. Okay. And also, I always wanted to belong to a veterans organization.
Okay.
Okay, so in 2004, I decided to start the American Legion Riders here in Sierra Vista.
So you started it?
Oh yes, I started the one here in
Post 52.
Yeah, the first one was in Florence. Okay. The second one was in Tombstone. That's in March of 2004. I started the one here in June in 2004. We were the third one in Arizona. Now we have over 66 chapters of the American Legion Riders with over 2,500 riders. Okay. and it's awesome, unbelievable.
Oh yeah, we're going to
yeah,
get into that too.
Yeah. So
And Horst, what about you?
What I do after the military? I got out of the military thinking, man, here I am, special operator. The police departments will suck me up in a heartbeat, and they wouldn't touch me. They
No?
wouldn't touch me. I accidentally fell into, saw a friend of mine that I played baseball with, started serving in April of '83, and I've been doing it for over 39 years. And now I own my own business. I was the Fort Huachuca surveyor for 2.5 years. I was the Cochise County surveyor for almost 10 years. Own my own business now.
So you've both been in Cochise County for quite a while then. You've seen a lot of the changes that have happened
Yes,
over the years.
Yeah,
then.
I rodeoed all over the state when I was in high school, cowboyed and rodeoed all over the state. So I've been in and out of Sierra Vista since the mid '70s. I've been here permanently since 92, 93.
That had to be a tough way to live, though, doing rodeos, right? Because you're going from one circuit to the next all the time. You're not really.
Yeah, it was a high school rodeo is what they called junior. It was the Junior Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association back then in the '70s and late '80s, and so about once a month, because it was a high school event, they had one about once a month. Sierra Vista used to put on 2 a year. You know, we'd go to Florence, Winslow, Flagstaff, all over the place rodeo.
right.
So going back to Mata now, you said that you started the American Legion Riders here
Right.
in Sierra Vista Post 52. Before I forget, I just want to ask, how did you and Horst meet? Obviously, it had to be through the readers, right?
To the American Legion
Through the
Riders,
American
basically.
Legion Riders.
Right, yeah.
Mata's been with them for a very, very, very long time. Very long
Right.
time. And man, do we appreciate him. He busts his butt for us. I'm the assistant director. I'm a voted in assistant director for the American Legion Riders at Post 52 right now.
Does that mean that you're his right hand
No,
assistant, or
no, it means I'm Bobby Wise's right hand. I'm Bobby
director.
Wise's XO.
That's right, yeah.
So
Okay.
Bobby would be our battalion commander. I'm Bobby's XO. Or
Okay,
company
gotcha.
commander. I'm Bobby's
I thought
XO.
it was you? I'm sorry.
No.
No, he
I
had
was a
his
director.
story.
I was a director for 12 years,
He had
and then
his
I
story.
handed those reins to different individuals as you
Right.
go along.
Yeah,
After about
yeah.
12 years, say, hey, let's let somebody else run the show and stuff like that.
So,
Okay.
uh,
And we've
very-
been- and we've been
how I
existing.
met Mata was that, in truth, my brother-in-law, my wife's oldest brother, passed away of a heart attack 4 days before Christmas in 2003. And when we went to bury him, my father was a past commander of Tombstone,
Okay.
the post over in Tombstone. Sorry about that. That's my phone.
Oh, that's okay.
Mata was took my brother-in-law's ashes and escorted him.
That's what we're talking about, the
And
escorts.
then, when did the flag and stuff. So
Yeah.
he is hands down probably one of my wife's favorite people in the whole wide world because
Wow.
he stood up for her brother, her oldest brother. So Mata and I don't realize it, but we had met each other in 2003.
Right.
And then I've been with the Legion now for when my father was with Post 24. He got upset with me because I wasn't a Legion member, and up until this year, right?
Right.
Up until this year, the American Legion. I couldn't join the American Legion because of my active duty dates.
Right. I had that same problem.
Right. If your active
Yeah,
duty
with
dates
your
were
years when they
74
fell
to
it, yeah.
82, you couldn't join the
Right.
Legion, and kind of put a real bad taste in my mouth. When I go into
If they'd have
24.
sent you to the golf that one time, then
That one time,
you would
yeah.
qualified.
I never left
Given
Fort
the
Bragg.
Yeah, I know. That's
Never
just it.
left
Yeah.
Fort Bragg, but
Yeah. That's just
I went over to 24, and they said, "Yeah, you can't join. Oh, but by the way, you can join the Sons of Legion and
Yeah.
come in on your dad's coattails."
Exactly.
And I'm standing there going, I did over 12 years for this,
Right.
and I can't.
You want to
join
earn it yourself. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
want to go in. That's how I was. Same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
If I didn't earn it myself, then I don't want it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my brother
But
from
you
another
represent
mother.
your parents and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
basically.
I've been motorcycling since I was a little guy. Been street motorcycling for probably 40 years, and had to give up my motorcycle for a long time because of finances and living and where we were and stuff. Finally got another motorcycle, and my brother from another mother, John Claiborne, said, you're joining the American Legion, you're joining the ALR, and I told him, well, I can't, buddy, because my time in the military wasn't correct. So went over to Post 52. Not Bruce, but before Bruce, Commander. I can never remember his name.
Before Bruce?
Before Bruce, yeah.
But Bruce, that
No,
was.
Doggone, he's going to smack me next time I see him.
The only one I can think of is Bill.
No. Who was that?
Bill McCutcheon. He's the only one that I really know over there. Well, other than a couple other. Who do I know? Larry.
Anyway,
But yeah.
the commander before Bruce, John took me in and said, my brother wants to join the American Legion. They say he can't. He turned around and looked at me and said, what'd you do in the military? I said, I was Army Ranger when you're in. I don't care what your duty dates are in, you're in. So I've been a member since, 8 years now. Yeah, 8 years now.
2010.
Been the assistant director for will start my
Right.
5th year in
Right.
January
Right.
as assistant director.
What are the requirements to join the Legion Riders? Now, I'm not talking about the American Legion because we know what that is,
Right.
but the Legion
requirements
Riders
are basically there's about 3 or 4 programs in the American Legion. In order for you to be the American Legion Riders, you had to be in one of those programs, whether that been the Ladies Auxiliary, whether that been the American Legion, or the Sons of the American Legion.
First.
Yeah,
You have to be a Legion member first.
Okay.
Legion member
Before you can
first,
join the ALR.
or one of the other 2. Okay. Once you meet those requirements, then you can join the American Legion Riders. Okay, and then
Ours is pretty simple. You have to own a motorcycle.
I thought no motorcycle, of course.
We had a CC restriction on it for a long time. We've kind of
It's
lowered
350 cc. Yeah.
Yeah, we've kind of
But
lowered
we said
that
that people
CC.
do motocross, you
Yeah.
250,
Yeah,
125.
our,
So yeah,
our
got a
deal
motorcycle
is,
license.
You have to have a
Motorcycle.
certified motorcycle license. You have to obviously have insurance on your motorcycle
Right,
to be able
yeah.
to ride your motorcycle
Mhm.
and have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
We just lowered our CCs because I can understand when Mata originally created it.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
That's what came from national to
that
us.
came down from
to the
national.
resolution, probably. The resolution changed. And,
But now some of the sport bikes, pretty much all our requirements now is that you have to be able to do, your bike has to be able to do highway speed for 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Is what.
I asked you that question because I saw your little cheat sheet here, so I thought that was kind of a good way to segue into what we got here.
Questions, Ed? Yeah, it says right here. Stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, the American Legion Riders and stuff like that. Like I said, I started it in 2004. Okay, with about 5 of us. We started with 5 of us, and then it just kept on growing and growing. And we average about 50 to 60 per year and stuff like that. Some will go in, some will go out. And we also belong to the VFW too, as well.
Okay.
We're the Veterans Affairs. I'm a life member of the VFW.
He is. I'm not.
I know. Yeah, because of the combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm a member of them as well, and we support each other and stuff like that. Some of our members started the VFW Riders and stuff like that,
Okay.
and some of them have come back. But
So they have their own riders club too. The VFW does.
Okay. Riders, yeah, and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and we support each other and stuff like that throughout the years. But anyway, yeah, the American Legion Riders. Okay, basically right now it's something like I said, it's around 66 chapters, and now with our 2,520 riders and stuff like that, plus or minus, that varies and stuff like that. Remember, we have about over 113 Legion posts in the state of Arizona, and we have 60 chapters. 66 of them are Legion Rider chapters and stuff like that.
What's the application process like? Do they have to come to one of the officers, or how does that work?
Well, an individual that wants to become a member of the American Legion, okay, first of all,
Right.
He has to have a copy of his DD 214 and have served and is honorably discharged. Okay, bring that with him, and then and pay $45, of course.
or his you have to be to be sons. You have to be blood related. So it can be your father, your brother, your mother, your sister. You can join off of that too. And
Sons of America. I could also be a dual member because I could fall on Sons of the American Legion as well because of my father, World War II. Okay, but and also the Ladies Auxiliary. Basically, that it's you had to be a spouse of a veteran that's in the Legion, but now it also allows men to do that too as well.
Right.
So it's just
2 years.
2019.
19,
yeah,
yeah.
2019.
Yeah,
I mean, it just
2019.
changed. It changed and stuff like that. So, hey,
So once you're a member of the Legion, then all you have to do is fill out our application form that
Right.
says, wait, I own a motorcycle. Here's a copy of my motorcycle license.
Okay.
And pay your dues. It's $12 a year.
I was going to ask you that next.
Yeah,
what the
it's,
dues
it's
were.
$12
Yeah,
a year, and
yeah.
we decided probably 3-4 years ago that if somebody were watching this podcast and comes to our next meeting or walks into the ALR tonight and has dinner with us and says, "Hey, I want to join," we're going to prorate it for you.
Yeah.
So they would only wind up owing $4 for the rest of the year
Yeah.
because our dues are up
Yeah.
annually first every
Yeah,
year.
it's
Oh,
$45 for American Legion. It's Sons of the American Legion is $35. Ladies Auxiliary is also $35. So it's basically there, and they have the applications there. Just fill them out and stuff like that.
Okay.
Turn them in, and hey,
Is there
Is
any
there-
benefit to having dual membership?
dual memberships. Yeah, membership goes up for them and stuff like that.
And then they get more. The money comes in too.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. There's some credit and stuff like that, and we raise a lot of funds and stuff like that. We have a lot of events that we put on as American Legion Riders. Our biggest one is the American Legion Legacy Fund, okay, which basically is since 9/11. Okay.
Now this is Legion Riders Cross Country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Cross
Legion
country.
Riders Cross Country.
Okay.
Not Post
Yeah,
52.
yeah. It's with 2,000. We got 2,500 chapters plus somewhere in there in the United States and stuff like that. All of us combined together, we get together and raise funds for that. The first year in 2006, we raised $850,000 the first year.
Wow.
And now, since then, since 2006, this has gone up, and it's averaging between 1 million to 1,400,000 in between there. Okay, so presently we got about $14 million in there, and what we do is we try to put that money in the bank so that the interest alone will pay for those kids' education. Now, those kids only qualify if they have lost their parents since 9/11.
Okay.
Since then, 9/11, and they had to apply for that and stuff like that. Now we'd also opened up to those veterans that are 50% disabled. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the interest basically pays for all their education and stuff like that. Remember, we still put more money into it every year and stuff like that. Every year we have the legacy run. It's just like this, and it usually starts at different places. Like this year, it's going to start in Florida. And it goes all the way into Georgia, all the way down to South Carolina, through North Carolina, Kentucky, and then it ends up in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
This one right here. Once we get there, they find out how much they collected from all the posts and stuff like that. And other states will also send theirs monies too as well. We raise money for them too as well, and we send checks to them too as well. And it averages between 1 million to 1.3 sometimes. The lowest that has been was 540,000, and that was because of COVID on that year.
Okay.
And we still managed to raise $500,000.
Also, if a child has a parent who was a first responder, and they didn't die on 9/11, but they died maybe later, and they say it was related to 9/11, do they get that benefit too?
I've never been questioned that. And stuff
No?
like that.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, but I'm sure that there'll be provisions to help them out and stuff like that. Because there's so much that we do and stuff like that. We support community. We support baseball, kids, Boy Scouts.
Yeah, just some of the things we do here. We have a Boy Scout troop that meets at our Legion Hall. I'm also the sergeant at arms for the American Legion Post 52. So
Okay.
we have a Boy Scout troop that meets there. We're looking about maybe either putting together or at least supporting a rifle team. So the high school kids can shoot air rifles
Right.
and do a competition. Buena has a very good team. 24 has a very good team. You can rent our hall for parties, birthdays,
exactly.
celebrations of
yeah,
life. Just because you're not a member of the American Legion doesn't mean that you can't necessarily come and ask us for help.
I know that because when I was interviewing Bill McCutcheon last year, it was right before Thanksgiving, I believe, when you guys had the Thanksgiving dinners, and you weren't saying, "Oh, well, you have to be a Legion member or whatever." You were that was open to the whole
Open to
community.
Right, right.
So
Exactly, and stuff like that. And like I said, we also did a tip a cop. We just did it recently.
Yeah,
we tipped
we
a
just-
cop. We recently
yeah.
there for their event and stuff like that, and for their charity as well. And we also do, like I said, the Boys and Girls Clubs. And there's so many. I mean, you know, we also have a Martin Luther King rides. We have awarenesses rides too, to maybe people aware that, you know, hey, we're patriotic and stuff like that, and we support those as well. We go through all the flag ceremonies and stuff like that. We do the Memorial Days, Memorial Days for all the veterans down there, and instead of having the barbecues, we do big speeches and, and recognition.
When you're going down the road and you see maybe 5 to 10 to 30 bikes with 3x5 American flags on the back of them, and they're only doing 30, 40 miles an hour, understand that we and the Patriot Guards and veteran Vietnam vets, a lot of motorcycle associations are escorting a fallen hero.
Yeah.
So kind of be a little patient when you see those motorcycles out there with those flags.
Right.
That means we're escorting somebody who's just passed away, a service member, or
Right.
You know, we're escorting a hero. So,
you know, Horse Off Camera, you had shared to me how that program came about.
Well, that.
It's very
I can
touching.
tell you about that.
Go ahead. Mark.
What it's called is the Patriot Guard Riders. That was started by the American Legion Riders back in Kansas when the protesters used to come to cemeteries and protest those soldiers that had just been killed.
Right.
You know, defending this country and stuff like that. And the American Legion Riders were there a couple of times, and they saw what was going on, and they said they wanted to.
They didn't like it.
Right. So it was this Baptist, I believe in, what is it, I guess,
Westboro Baptist Church, I think,
right?
something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Yeah, that was back in 2005 and stuff like that. And they kept going to all these funerals and protesting. So what we did is we started the Patriot Guard Riders, where we would shield the family from the protesters. And the way we do that is we would put our big flags on our bikes, go down there, and then stand in a perimeter around the family and stuff like that. And of course, you know, those protesters were still protesting, spitting in, or calling us names and killers and whatever the case.
Right.
You know,
But they're doing it to us and not the family.
Yeah, exactly. And what we usually tell the individuals, you know, don't go out there and beat the heck out of them or anything like that, because that's what they want. They want your attention, and so they can get the media going and stuff like that. So we just stand there, even if they spit on you, just ignore them, stuff like that. We rev up our engines and stuff. And of course, when they start coming out and seeing all these bikers, what they're wearing, how bad they are, they kind of got scared after a while and stuff like that.
Kind of got scared.
Yeah. And of course, they also, here, matter of fact, we're here at Fort Huachuca at the main gate where the watering board protesters were coming in. Remember that back then? They came down there. And what we did as Legion Riders is we got our motorcycles and we went around the area right there where the main gate is at, going back and forth, back there, even though there were the protesters on the other side, and just to let them know that we supported that Fort Huachuca, what they were doing, okay, and stuff like that. That's just one thing, okay. But anyway, going back to the escorting and stuff like that, the Patriot Guard Riders, I got started right here back in 2005 when we had one of our soldiers in Huachuca City that passed away and got killed, I should say. And the Patriot Guard Riders from Phoenix came down and they did a big thing down here and stuff like that.
Yes.
Escorted his remains and stuff like that. And then I brought my group, which was about 25 of us, going down there and to support her. And she was the captain, and she goes, "Hey, Mata, look, I see what you guys have been doing down here. Every time we come down here, okay, it's a long ways for us to come down, you know." So she asked me if I would be the ride captain for this area right here for the Patriot Guard Riders, and I said, yeah. I said, yeah, I'll be glad to. I'm being more than honored to, and stuff like that. So that's what got me involved down here. So now we had Patriot Guard Rider captains throughout different regions throughout the state of Arizona, because it's hard for the people from Phoenix to come all the way down here and stuff like that. We just take care of their area. Now that we have a veterans cemetery down here, and now Marana has one down there now with about 5-6 years.
One of the things that's surprising to me is how many veterans don't always talk about what they did, where they were, and the things they've gone through. And
right.
I get that, but
yeah,
I was actually here at the Warrior Healing Center dropping off some information when the daughter of a fallen hero saw me and asked me a couple of questions. And families need to realize that if they want us to ride and escort for them, all they have to do is request.
Yes.
And you can request that through the cemetery. You can request that through the funeral home. You can request that straight from the American Patriot Guard. You can request that right straight from Post 52.
Exactly.
So they could call the Post 52 here and
Yes.
request that.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And we would give them some guidance and stuff like that, because now that the funeral homes know us exactly, and they like seeing us there, because you know what, we can escort the hearse and
But
right
a lot of the families don't realize that, you know,
Yeah.
I've talked to 3 of them while I was here,
Mhm.
and when I've been on many funeral escorts,
Yeah.
and it's hard to keep a
It's
dry
sad.
eye sometimes.
So, yeah, it is. And
Just
stuff like that.
because the families,
Yeah, and
you know, going, man, you guys took time out of your day
yeah,
to
Right.
escort my dad or my grandfather or my sister or my brother, whoever it was.
yeah. Because at the beginning, at the beginning was it was only for those people that were KIA that got killed in overseas. That was the only escorting we would do. And then the PGR said, well, why don't we open it up to all the veterans, you know, from World War I, II, Vietnam, and Desert Storm, and the ones that are being now. So we opened that to be our second objective now and stuff like that. But anyway, this is right here, what I'm holding up right here, basically, is just the month of August. How many we got here? There's 11 that we've done so far, escorting, up to this date.
Wow. Up to
Okay.
today. Wow.
And if you look this book right here, all year long, from January till today, this month right here. This is what
How
we've been
many
doing.
escorts do?
Escorts.
Yeah,
Wow.
Post 52s.
Yeah.
do.
So we average, I mean, sometimes in a month, sometimes 7 or 8. But this month, August, man, that's our 11, and it's only what, the 19th, and we got 10 more days left, and we might be end mess up. And not that we're setting records, but god dang, that's 11 right there, just right now. That's a today.
There was a
We had
veteran.
we had 2 of them today.
Well, there was a veteran I interviewed a couple months ago that was from ALL 24 in Tombstone,
Mhm.
and he said no veteran should be buried alone.
Absolutely.
And I
Exactly.
like that philosophy. And they even have, I guess, volunteers that will go down and
But that's one of the ones that we take most pride in. You know,
Right.
I think we've done
Yeah, no,
probably 5
Well,
or
they-
6
yeah.
this year that
Yeah.
they pass away and there's no family
No, there's-
members or nobody knows
Exactly.
who they are.
yeah, we do
That's
those.
as we were talking off camera. Those are the
And the
ones
funeral home knows that,
yeah,
and they
we
say,
try
"Ma,
and get as
they say,
many-
Ma, do you, could you guys do this?" Or
Yeah,
or
we try and get as many supporters.
Right.
One of the other neat ones that we did was, I don't believe he died in combat. He just passed away of natural problems, but had a Vietnamese daughter that he didn't know about, and she didn't know about, and she came over to America and we folded a flag for her and gave it to her because she didn't know that her father had passed away and stuff. And that one was felt good in the heart to me.
Yeah. And then another thing is we have what is known as the MEOP, Missing in Action Program.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
that's handled in Tucson, but I was heavily involved with them when they when we were the only veterans cemetery, and they used to bring them down here. And what the Missing in Action Program was basically is they go to funeral homes and find remains of unclaimed bodies. They're in coffee cans,
Mhm.
and these are soldiers. And what they would do is they'd go in there and actually and tell the guy, okay, what's the guy's name there, and they would do their own research and find some of the families. And if they couldn't find the families, then we would give them an honorable,
Honorable funeral service.
yeah, exactly. And that's what we do as well.
What else does not only the American Legion riders, but Post 52? What are some of the other like community activities that you do within, other than just the burial part of it?
Yeah,
Oh, so many.
yeah, we just donated, and the Post just donated $500 to the American Cancer Walk. That'll
Okay.
happen here in the next couple of months. I mean, We're a C3.
You got Boots for Troops.
Yeah, what are we at C3?
Boots for Troops, huh?
Agent Orange. I
Right,
mean,
Agent
people that
Orange,
are Agent
yeah.
Orange, we do that as well. But the Tombstone and stuff like that.
Yeah, Boulder Crest. Yeah,
Boulder Crest, stuff like
there's a lot
that
of
down there.
stuff that's Boulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also, like I said, tip of cops and stuff like that.
That fest, yeah, we just
yeah.
did that fest.
And then, like I said, we did yours down here, the Healing Center. We raised money here. We raised $7,000 for you guys that one time in May, stuff
Right.
like that. Okay. Oh yeah. And like I said, it just this book right here. Like I said, I have 18 of these. 18 every year. Well, it used to be just one book. Now I got 2 books because
Right.
I can only do about 6 months right now. This is 6 months right now. I got another half year to go, and this is tells. I record everything that we do.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah. These are all family. This is the Super Bowl. We even do the Super Bowl. We raised $506 for our charities,
Wow.
stuff like that. This is the Dun Bisbee. This is another one right here. We did. I mean, just go ahead. The Prowl down in Bisbee. This right here is St. Patrick's Day. We raise funds for that too as well. We support MC organizations too as well because a lot of these guys are veterans as well. And like I said, look at these. I mean, I just go on and on. It just page by page by page. And this, like I said, is Sacrament, the Boots for Troops and stuff like that. You know, that's one event. We also we have bike night. Matter of fact, we have bike night tonight. And,
Tonight, tell us about that.
Oh,
Let's
right.
advertise it a little bit.
Oh, okay. Bike night tonight. We have barbecue burgers tonight.
Yeah, we're
Like
having
barbecue
hamburgers and
burgers,
French
stuff
fries.
like that. We got a karaoke guy, Kurt, will be there.
Yep,
Okay.
karaoke.
Okay.
And please understand, it's open to the public.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a
You're
Legion
right.
member.
You don't have to ride a bike.
You don't have to ride a bike.
It's
You
about
come down and
support
see us
and respect.
and
You know,
respect, and
yeah.
we'll feed you. It's a pretty good meal.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good meal. We're doing hamburgers again because we had an excess of hamburgers, and other than throw them away, we figured we'd make hamburgers again. And we got a brand new fryer, so we're gonna try our fryer out.
Yeah.
Real French fries tonight.
Yeah.
And,
And
have some
hopefully
fun with
just
that.
French fries. No,
but yeah, hopefully just the
for those
French
people that are
fries.
gluten free, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like okay.
But-
And then we had the other one. This guy we just did in July. Ride for the Brave. He comes all the way from California, goes all the way to the East Coast, and we meet him halfway and carry on. And same
Oh,
thing.
wow.
And same thing with Rolling Thunder. When Rolling Thunder starts up in California, ends up in Washington D.C., they stop down here in Wilcox. We all show up with our flags and let them know that we got your back and stuff. Even though we can't go all the way to Washington D.C., some of us, okay,
Right.
we just support them anyway and stuff like that to let them know that hey, we're with you, brothers, you know, sisters as well.
So one of the things we just did that was kind of neat was, I don't know if you have a copy of that letter, Mata, from the young lady that's going to nursing school.
No, I don't have it.
Yeah, we had well, I mean, we give
It's probably still
money
posted.
to the,
Still,
yeah,
it's probably still posted, probably.
we give money to the Buena baseball team. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we
We did for the dogs too, the pets,
pets. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh, you're talking about the animal shelter.
animal shelter.
Yeah,
Yeah, we get
yeah,
money
we
for
just
that
gave
too as
money
well.
over to the
Yeah,
animal
Wow.
$500.
We had a
You
lot
guys are
young-
really active, aren't you?
Oh, God,
we had
You
a
do a
young
heck of a
lady-
lot more than I thought.
Okay, and then we also got on September 24th. Okay, we're having our major event down there, our big biker bash down here at Post 52.
Okay.
Where we have a bike show. Okay, with about 16 trophies to be given away. We also have bike games. Okay, with about 8 or 9 trophies to be given away through, and we also have a poker run. Let's see what else. DJ Mata, that's me, of course, I'll be there. And we have a band that evening, Nightlife will be performing that evening and stuff like that. And we're going to be, we also got auctioning items and stuff like that. We auction stuff like that. And we do pretty well on that and stuff like that. We get sponsors throughout the whole community. And man, I like to thank the community down here. I mean, for sponsoring. I mean,
man.
we're talking La Casita, Lowley, we're talking Dunn's Insurance, we're talking RV City, we're talking Desert RV, and all these people, all these that give us
Business.
money so that we can have these events and stuff like that. They're usually either a platinum, they're gold, silver, or
Okay.
sponsors and stuff like that. But without them, we couldn't. What's
Right.
that?
And then our big event
Yeah.
that Mott is talking about here that's coming up in September, and any of the monies that we make from Fight Night tonight, we'll wind up making a little bit, not a lot. We're not out to gouge people on food and stuff.
It's not like you're in it for the money.
No,
I mean,
No.
profit money.
What,
Right, right.
no, what we do with ours, what we do with most of the money that comes from our bike fest is
That and
we buy Christmas gifts
right.
and we take them on Christmas Eve to veterans that are in the nursing homes, convalescent homes, and it is so cool.
Yeah.
Is that here in Sierra Vista?
Yeah, oh,
yeah,
Veterans
we
here,
did.
or-
There's
At
about
the-
11 of
11
them.
of them here in Sierra
Yeah,
Vista, and
they
I
got 11
think
of
we
them.
did 70,
That was 127.
127
I think
this
it was.
one. And I'm telling you what, the last 2
127
years
veterans that
we've
we
done
visited.
it.
Wow.
The last 2 years we've done it, we've been getting snowed on and rained on. We
Yeah.
arrive on our bikes with our Santa Claus hats on and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's rewarding and it's sad because some of these men and women that we go to see, we may be their only guests all year long.
Right.
Well, exactly.
They're only
Yeah.
visitors.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
Bobby and I went in and talked to a fella,
Mm.
and what a wonderful story. You know, he was commander during the Civil War for all of the Patriot missiles in the western part of the United States. And Bobby and I just sat there with our jaws
Exactly.
dropped, listening to him, tell his story.
Yeah.
So, that's what our big fundraiser is we buy gifts, sundry gifts. We do blankets and socks, toothpaste,
personal hygiene
and
items.
personal hygiene stuff. And
But
they,
and they're not excited about that. They're more excited about us
It's
just
the
being there.
gesture.
Yeah,
Right, it's the
exactly.
gesture.
But we just got to add to the occasion,
Yeah.
which is great.
Warrior Healing Center said that you guys are awesome. Thank you for all you do to help local veterans, and I second that. Again, I knew that you guys did a lot,
Mhm.
but wow, I mean,
Yeah, it's
so
overwhelming.
much more.
And we're just one chapter.
Right,
Okay, there's 66 in our state of Arizona.
right.
Nationwide, 2,500 chapters
And-
nationwide,
I mean,
and everybody's doing
it is all about vets, and I
That's
will
right.
tell vets. I got 5 sons. Two of them were in the military. 3 of them weren't. And so there are a lot of us that have issues about being in the military. And if you're in the military, if you were in the military, you don't own a motorcycle, come join the American Legion.
Find out for yourself.
It is probably hands
Yeah.
down one of the friendliest posts I've ever been in.
Oh,
Been
yeah.
in a bunch of them here in Arizona.
Yeah.
We have a good time down there most of the time.
Yep.
What I will say is, when those demons come calling on you, come call on
Mhm.
us,
Or come to the healing center.
or
Yeah,
come to the
healing
healing
center. Yeah,
center.
exactly. There's all kinds of programs, places to go.
And with the ALR, the kind of the neat thing about the ALR is I'd be willing to bet $1 to a donut I can send out one text tomorrow afternoon and go, guys, I need to go for a ride.
Yeah.
And I'll have at least 3 or 4 of my brothers from the ALR that'll go. Somebody needs to go for a ride. We're going to go for a ride.
That's right.
And we may wind up in Patagonia. We may wind up in Wilcox.
right.
Who knows where we're going to wind up.
A good example of that is your truck accident.
So what's it?
Yeah, in March 31st, myself, our finance officer, and our sergeant at arms, who's sitting on the other side of the camera, were involved in a pretty bad accident on the highway. Pretty much before the smoke cleared, there were 2 ALR members standing there and 2 American Legion members standing there going, oh crud, that's Horse's truck. Everybody knows Horse's truck. It was unbelievable to me. I mean, there were 2 of my ALR brothers that were there on scene pretty much immediately as it happened, and 2 of my brothers from the American Legion, brother and sister.
Mhm.
There was one of the ladies from the American Legion and a friend of mine from the American Legion. All knew what my truck looked like and went, oh crud, what's he need?
Yeah.
So that we're not only there we're there to support vets. If you need somebody
Yeah.
to talk to, come
Yeah,
down and
exactly.
talk to us.
Or join the VFW.
And yeah,
Or the combat vets.
Yep.
I mean, they're all veterans. We're all veterans here, okay? We're not competing against each
Right.
other. It's not a power struggle, okay?
yep, no,
We're not-
absolutely.
Okay, and so we do support, like I said, MCs. There's a lot of great MC clubs out there that are doing just a lot of charity work as well. Okay, and a lot of them are veterans
Yeah,
too.
well,
Okay,
about
but
probably 50%.
yeah,
of
we
their
support
members
each
are
other.
veterans.
They come down and support us. We support them. Hey, it's soldiers helping soldiers. Yeah,
And we need to stop this veterans 22 a day.
That's
committing
actually,
suicide.
if not,
That's
pull that flyer back out.
That's
one?
just it's.
Which
Our,
one?
our bash this year.
The what?
Our bash this year.
Oh, yeah.
Our bike fest this year.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he brought it up. I want to show it.
Yeah. Let's see somewhere.
You
And
do
then
it.
there's a comment right here again from the Warrior Healing Center. You have a team. When your demons are calling, there are veterans
Right.
around who get it and have your back.
Yep.
These guys are gold.
Okay, there you go.
So you said something about 22. That is exactly what our event is about this year. I wish Scout sitting behind us is getting our shirts done. We haven't gotten one yet, but ours is all about the 22. That's what our theme is this year is 22. We've got to stop that. We've absolutely
exactly,
got to stop that.
Yeah.
We just need to give the veterans something, to do, to focus on some hope and, get them active in some of these activities
Yeah,
that maybe they don't know.
And I know what I know what
We
helped
got
me.
darts. We
yeah,
got a flag group there.
Yeah.
That's
One of
fishing
the biggest
flies.
things for me, I don't even know if they can hear me. One of the biggest things for me, especially being a younger veteran, when I got out, the one thing I missed about being in the military was the camaraderie.
The camaraderie.
Yeah.
And joining the Legion.
And that's what it's about.
I
Yeah.
got 100% of that camaraderie back.
Yeah.
In case you didn't hear that, Scout was just saying that he really enjoyed the camaraderie
Yeah.
as a
great,
younger
yeah.
veteran.
Yeah,
Well,
because we could relate to what we're talking about.
Yeah, and
You
they're,
know, where you go out there, if it's Joe Civilian, we don't know
we've
what the heck
got
we're talking about sometimes.
we've got a Coast Guard member.
Navy.
We've got Ukraine eaters. We've got the airplane job. We don't care what branch you're from.
Yeah.
We don't care what
Anybody
branch
but the armed forces.
you're from. And the
That's
good
right.
part about it is that I'll pretty much bet you walk into the Legion, you're gonna find somebody that either did what you did or supported what you did. There will be somebody in there that can talk your language.
And
Yeah.
You're not going to come in and no one's going to talk to you.
And no
You're
one's
right.
going to talk to you.
Someone's
Somebody's
gonna-
going to say something to you.
Yeah.
We just did it. We had our general membership meeting Wednesday, and 4 people walked through the door that I didn't recognize, being the sergeant at arms for the fort. First thing I did was walk over and introduce myself to them.
Right.
Say, man, we're glad to have you here. What can we do for? They were from Post 131 out of Tucson. Well, out of Corona de Tucson, I guess is what they call it up there.
109.
Yeah, but Bobby asked us, or was it you that said, talking a little bit about the get to know your post.
Oh, get to know your post. Oh yeah,
Yeah, get to know
exactly
your
right there.
post.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So
neat.
this is kind of a neat thing that's going on. Is it's called Get to Know Your Post, and it if I open it up here, it's got a big map of the state of Arizona in it. I mean to cover up model there, but
Yeah, and then these are all the posts that are involved in
all
it.
the posts that are involved in it. And basically what it is when it first started out, people thought it was an ALR thing. You can't do this. You got to do this on your motorcycle. No, it's not. It's about going and visiting other posts
Right.
in Arizona for a couple of reasons. For what Scout said, the camaraderie, to get to know people, to get to know other people at other American Legions.
That's right.
I know that if I go up to Verde Valley, man, I can pull in the post and I'm going to get welcomed with open arms with those guys.
Exactly.
Open arms.
And they'll stamp it. They'll stamp if you've been there and stuff like that. You give it a stamp. If you get
Very
5,
cool.
yeah, and if you get 5 stamps, okay, you're eligible to be entered into the money. Okay, and the money is basically.
Don't you think you're getting away with my map?
I
It's
got
got one post on
Yeah,
it.
and the money is basically okay. For first prize is 1,000, second is 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, and 100.
Wow.
Okay, so if you get 5 stamps, you get to be entered in the drawing. If you get 10 of them, you got two entries. You get 15, you get 3 entries, and so on. You continue.
Right,
Okay,
right.
the more posts you visit it,
Because it encourages.
exactly. Yeah, so you get to see other posts besides your own.
And it's kind of a threefold thing. You get to meet people. If your post participates in it, you got people coming in and visiting your post, spending money in your post. Where I'm going to go up and see my son, and I'm going to hit every post I can hit in the Phoenix Valley area. Well, I'm going there and I'm going to talk with the guys. I'm going to at least drink a beer, or maybe shoot a game of pool with the guys. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'm not putting you guys on the spot with this last question here, but let's say you're a veteran at home on the other side of the camera right now watching this, and you're kind of feeling down or blue or whatever, and you don't really know what you want to do or whatever. What kind of words of encouragement or inspiration, or what can you share with our veterans out there that might inspire them a little bit to get up and to become more involved?
Please come see us.
Yeah.
Don't go there on your own.
Don't be shy.
Don't be
come on.
shy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the thing I said was, doesn't make any we when we're in the service, I wouldn't have talked to a Marine to save my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have talked to a sailor to save my life.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I look at it as they're veterans just like I am,
right.
and the good part about it is, no matter what you did in the service,
Yeah, exactly.
My brother from another mother was a cook. I love him to death.
Yeah, if you're feeling down and stuff like that,
Please
come
come
on,
see
see us.
Please come see us, because I'll
Over here.
guarantee you.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean,
I'll guarantee you,
there's
somebody in that unit
right,
that either did what you did in the military,
right,
saw what you saw in the military,
Mm.
and can bring you down
can
or up
relate.
from
Yeah,
wherever
they can
need
relate
be.
to you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And
Absolutely.
like I said, and then if you need some help, hey, just come over. We'll find it for
We'll
you.
be there. Yeah, we'll find it one way or another. We'll
Exactly.
find you help.
Matter of fact, if you
We'll get a hold of Warrior Healing
if you need
Center.
a wheelchair,
we'll
we
get
got
a hold of-
wheelchairs. If you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
crutches, we
yeah,
got crutches. You know,
we'll get it
come
taken
on
care
down.
of.
Do you guys
Yeah,
have
it's
like
free.
a Facebook page or a website or anything that
Yes.
people can go
Yeah.
get more
Post
information
52
about?
does, and the ALR has a
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Yeah,
Both of them do.
Both of
ALR
them?
Post52 at gmail.com. Okay. Or you can go to our Facebook, https://www.facebook.com, ALR Post 52. Okay.
ALR Post 52.
It's
ALR
on our
Post
flyer
52.
right there in the bottom, right down
Okay.
there. Okay. And like I said, we're a nonprofit, so hey, come on down.
And all they're asking for is your time.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
That's all it costs them is their time.
And that, we're not even asking for that. I would rather say we're there to help you.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it
Those
takes
guys are-
time
Works
for
both
them to
ways.
get up and to come in, and
You bet.
because that's one of the hardest things is getting that motivation
Yep.
to get up
Yep.
and to seek help, because it's hard. You
Yep.
know, it's very hard.
And I mean that's probably something else you can do. You can pick up the phone and call the post and go, hey, is there somebody over there that can help me get to the post, or will come over here and talk to me? I'm pretty sure you're going to find somebody.
Oh
that'll
yeah,
show up.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make arrangements.
Yeah,
for
we'll make arrangements.
for some of that. Yeah.
You
Well,
bet.
But anyway.
Thank you guys so much
Well, thank you,
for
Mike, for
coming in
inviting
and,
us,
and,
okay?
and talking with
You
us
too.
today, Horace.
Great.
And
Yeah,
Lana, can you stick around a couple minutes real quick? I got a few events here I want to read real quick,
Okay.
You bet.
and then we'll be done here.
Okay.
So tonight, again at 1700, going to 1900 hours, we got the American Legion Riders dinner and bike night, and that will be here at American Legion Post 52. What's the cost for that?
Nothing.
No,
no
the dinner.
cost.
I believe the
Just pay for
dinner's
the dinner.
$10.
Yeah.
What's that?
I believe dinner's $10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right.
You don't even have to eat. Just come visit it, or
Just
come
come
sing
visit.
with us. Okay. Got
There you go. Come do some
Karaoke.
karaoke. Yeah.
Stuff for that, or just go talk to someone if you want to. You know.
On Saturday, starting at 0700 hours, the Velo Vets Sierra Vista group ride will be starting from Pueblo del Sol Country Club parking lot. We have on Tuesday, August 23rd, starting at 0900 to 1200, and again at 1300 to 1600 hours, the Healing with Art Magical Slider Cards. So if you want to check out something interesting, come down and check out the Healing with Art. On Wednesday, August 24th, starting at 18 and going to 1930, there's going to be a women's PTSD group that's going to be here at the Warrior Healing Center in the Military Library. And last, Thursday, August 25th, starting at 1700 going to 1900 hours, is the Veteran-Owned Business Spotlight, and that's going to be at the Chill Factor Premium Hookah and Cigar Lounge at the Chill Factor
Yeah. Get a copy of that.
down on Fry Boulevard.
Get a copy of that.
All right, guys. Well, again, I appreciate your time coming in and
thanks again.
sitting down, and thank you
Thank
for
you
all
for
that you
inviting
do.
us.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
no, thank you guys for all that you do for our community. Believe me, it's very much appreciated.
Okay. Once a soldier, always a soldier.
Always a soldier.
That's right.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you
Have a
next
good evening, guys.
Friday.
Adios.